Bradley Academy Museum and Cultural Center is a gem. Here at the museum, you'll learn about the rich history of the African Americans in this community. We strive to create partnerships and long-lasting friendships with everyone in the community, which in turn helps us to extend our outreach. Due to COVID-19, we had to be creative and put our thinking caps on to create a virtual experience for our Black History Month art exhibit. Partners this year for the MLK grant, MTSU, Art History Department, Murfreesboro City Schools, and Patterson Park Youth Development. With our amazing partners, we have extraordinary work to actually be submitted and showcased for our MLK grant. The art submission was very impressive. We had youth from 3rd grade to young adults. All of these students took their time to create an amazing piece of work. One of the hardships we faced with Patterson Park Youth was due to the pandemic. It took a lot of staff, creativity, and time to make this possible.
We started back in October, and we let them choose the facts that they wanted to add to the timeline. And we wanted to make sure that it wasn't just the facts that we already know, when he did the I Have a Dream speech, when he passed away. But I think once they started researching more, what I really appreciated and what I noticed was they were surprised to learn that he was really just a regular kid like them at one point and grew up and had different aspirations. And they were also very surprised to learn that he also led a whole nother revolution for low-income families and people who were considered poor at the time. And that was shortly before his death.
This piece is not only something that you can just visually see, but we created an interactive component.
I'm Martin Luther King Jr. In 1963, I recited the I Have a Dream speech.
In 1955 through 1956, Martin Luther King Jr. led the Montgomery bus boycott.
In 1951, Martin Luther King Jr. graduated from Kozer.
1948, Martin Luther King Jr. graduated from Morehouse College.
In 1957, Martin Luther King Jr. spoke at Prayers Pilgrimage in Washington, D.C. and asked the government to pass the Civil Rights Bill.
In 1953, Martin Luther King Jr. married Coretta Scott.
In 1954, Martin Luther King Jr. became a pastor at Dexter Avenue Church in Montgomery, Alabama.
We would like to thank you all for submitting your work, doing this during your Christmas breaks, just taking that time out to still make this a wonderful experience. This art will showcase from January 18th through April 4th, the day that Martin Luther King was actually assassinated.